How's it going, everyone? We're here with some Ahsoka defensive gameplay. I had one of these in my squad arena, recorded some battles throughout the day. Got the footage here for us to look at and talk about. I will say they had the Ahsoka Datacron. You can't quite see it, but we'll click on it here in a second. You can see all of the levels. But basically, they had the bulk level 3 and the Ahsoka level 9. So I took like a try to match some equivalent cron, but not take anything super busted so that we weren't like. I was trying my best to not win because of Datacron. I was trying like to offset them so that it was like not as crazy. And her cron didn't seem super strong, so it wasn't a massive big deal. But just want to go and disclose that we've got Lord Vader, we've got Sith Eternal, JML, SLKR, Gas, and Malgus to do. So we'll start with Lord Vader here. It seemed like this was going good for some other people that tested it when this bulk cron wasn't in play. We will have the light side bulk cron coming in for the next season here, next 4 months. So it's worth keeping in mind. But basically, you just couldn't really melt anybody. You're dealing with this just much thicker health and protection pool. I brought the wrong Inquisitor in the last slot, but it definitely did not seem like it mattered. I got absolutely clobbered. And that was with me trying to take out Sabine early as well. And thinking back to, I might could have tried to maybe cooldown increase Ezra, but I was really hoping I could get Sabine down. I almost got her even with the bulk cron in play on their side of the field. And I do think you definitely want 2 tanks. Those fractures can get kind of annoying, even though the Mark, I guess not really, because the Mark will hold with a fracture, so you probably could do 1 tank, but I think this is pretty normal. Could have brought Piet in the last spot. Like I said, 7th Sister was not intentional. I don't have a ton of battles to test with, so I couldn't keep testing tons of things. But Piet kind of kills himself with the Terminator as well. I thought about Darth Vader maybe, but there's just so much tenacity that I don't. And there's only like 2 Jedi on the team and no rebels, so it's kind of like, I could see Kylo Ren Unmasked being maybe helpful as well, just a really durable tank. That once he gets under that health threshold, he's not getting crit. And I'll let this whole thing play. And if you want to go ahead and skip to the next battle, you can do that, and I'll try to have these timestamps on the video for you to skip around to the parts you're interested in. But like I said, it feels like if they didn't have the 15% health of protection, we could have maybe cut through Sabine and then cut through Ezra. And maybe I should be going for Ezra first instead of Sabine. Sabine's like the main damage dealer, and I think that's been pretty evident in most of the testing. But I just couldn't get anywhere with the dots. The dazes, they self-cleanse, that makes sense. But I could not get anywhere on damage other than Maul unloading. And I've heard some other people say, but I haven't seen yet myself, that Maul Mandalorians can actually do really well. The full Dark Side Mando team. Like you can see here, almost got Ezra too. So it's like without that 15%, I think there's some serious wiggle room for this to work. And my Maul's got good offense too, but just that 15% was just a real problem. But like I said, it's got our Datacron, but it's not super crazy or anything. I'll let us go a little bit longer, but I think we'll go ahead and wrap up and go to the next one here soon. I think it's pretty clear. We've lost. We'll let LV do an ult. Because LV, at the end of the day, those ults are pretty huge jumps of power for him. So we'll let him do his thing. But you can see, I can get a good hit there, but okay, I chopped some protection off. It doesn't feel like I'm truly getting anywhere with him. So, like I said, I'll let you see his big hit, and then we'll move on. There you go. So that's all we're getting. And otherwise, we'll skip ahead here. It's just more of them pounding LV, coming out of an ult there. If we maybe could have got one more ult, but we just couldn't really get back around to an ult there. So this is the C version now. Us doing C versus this again. Datacron shown it there briefly. We'll show what we brought. We just brought a max health of protection to equalize with their max health of protection, so that we're on even footing. And I've done this in TW also. I did lose in TW. I did that. Since recording this, I did lose in Territory Wars. My armor was not able to get a turn. I got the 360 best card earlier, but I wasn't able to get a turn with armor. It felt like they were running such a turn meter train. And of course, I went back and forth, whether to link Ezra or link Sabine. But I think Ezra is the right play, as you'll see here. But we got our 360 Beskar. My armor didn't have a problem getting going here, so I'm not sure why I had so much of a problem in Territory Wars. Maybe there's some extra turn meter gain or speed. in there somewhere, but yeah, even though we can't insta-kill anyone, C still deals quite a lot of damage. So it's like, as long as you get the 3 stacks, it's like you're golden. I did that to try to slow her down a little bit, because you get that minus 50% speed for however long my Thrawn can actually keep that fracture on. Spread and deceive around. And now it's just, I mean, it's the C waiting game at this point. You do kind of want to not ult for as long as you can to get that mastery ramping, and just hold in that, you know, more durable stance. But obviously, you can't wait forever, right? The guy was able to wait like 1 or 2 extra turns here. And at this point, I'm like, okay, you know, I'm starting to get below my protection bar here. Let's go ahead and pop it, because then we have to actually get back around to another turn, make sure they don't have damage immunity, stuff like that, which he does drop. But you definitely have to watch for damage immunity, because there's no insta kill, so you do need the actual damage. I almost killed him with just, or I do kill them with just counterattacks here, and then I switch the link, but. Yes, like just removing the protection really is quite good. And you may need to mod, you know, make sure you're modding Ezra and people like that for health instead of protection, health primaries on like the circle and stuff like that, just to make sure that that's less of an issue. From there, it's pretty easy. I'll go ahead and fast forward here. We're not needing to wait all that long. I stopped, you know, with a minute and change, and they had again a max health of protection. So it's like, all right, we don't need to see any more there. So we'll go on to the next one. Yeah, and the next one here we got JML. I did bring Ezra Bridger Exile because I was expecting this to be like super hard, and we won in a landslide. I also brought a stun Datacron, so that's on me. I brought a really good Datacron, so I can't promise it works without the stun Datacron. But I will say that they're like immune to stun with some TW on me, so you won't be able to do JML and TW. The reason I don't think the stun Datacron made a massive difference here is that we were feeding JKL most of the turns for the stuns. We weren't like going around taunt stunning people, and you'll see it here. Pretty sure we actually go for Sabine first, yep. And she's already stunned, so that special didn't stun anyone. Again, everybody's still stunned from JKL here. So no big concerns there. Then we're calling Cal with repost just to hit another protection. I think I give that to JKL. We're just feeding JKL turns here. No point trying to rush Cal to an insta-kill or anything like that. But again, so now people are starting to jump off. So this would have been the stun Datacron, but she's dead already, right? That stun Datacron. That stun was from the Datacron. But we'll see if he even would have got a turn. That's the important thing. It's like, would he have even got a turn for it to matter? Ezra? Oh, that's my Ezra in the turnover chart. Yeah, so we haven't stunned anybody else. Hu Yang still has not gotten a turn. And I want to say we take him out here. Yeah, so he didn't get a turn, so the stun Datacron. Oh, sorry. My mistake. Let's see. And now we have an AoE stun. So he would have been stunned anyway. So again, you know, I'm just trying to prove the point that the stun Datacron didn't do anything here. Because we just did an AoE stun. That's why Ezra stunned, and Hu Yang didn't take a turn, and we stunned him before he would have taken one. That stun Hera there, that was Datacron, that stun was Datacron. So just to be clear, those two were Datacron. So we'll see if they would have taken a turn. The only thing with the Ezra is, like, okay, you know, he could be dodging when he's not stunned, so it might make a bit more of a difference there, but, like, it's really not close. I think the most important thing, and the reason I like Ezra here, is the healing immunity. That was what was making it so tricky to take him down. And see, now I just did the stun again, so... But we will get a free stun here that we shouldn't have gotten. Going for an armor shred there that I think he dodged, so then the Datacron stunned him. So again, it's hard to say. This is the hard part. It's like, can you do this without the Datacron? I want to say yes, because we have Ezra, giving us that healing immunity and ability block, and we just exiled him. I want to say you could swap out Jedi Anakin for Ezra and still be okay with the healing immunity. And he's got the unavailable AoE. but I can't promise it, and I didn't get to test it. So I just want to say that JML, we're looking at a good, at least 2-shot, potentially soft full counter. But if nothing else, it's an easy 2-shot to get it to Ezra and Ahsoka, and you might have trouble getting Ezra and Ahsoka down. Or Ezra down. You can get Ahsoka down, but just, yeah, well. It took forever. I mean, you know, bulky character. We got her there towards the end, so we stopped there. But we'll get on to the next one. So we'll do SLK now. So be right back. SLKR. So this one, I had very different results. I know some people were doing okay with First Order. I got nothing, but that could be because of max health protection. I took a really weak Datacron. I took like a just basic bitch, like get like health up when you use special abilities or something like that. And they've got the max health protection, but like I was doing nothing. I'll let the first part of the battle play out, but I timed out, so I don't think we want to sit here for 5 minutes. But I'll let the first good chunk of this play out before we, before we fast forward or anything like that. But maybe I'll see if I can go to like 2x speed or something, or skip 30-second increments. But because I don't want to relive this, it's painful. But yeah, so I knew my first priorities were make sure Ezra and Sabine need to kill both of them. My main priority was Ezra because I knew that this might take a while, so I was like, alright, let's get him down before his master gets ramped up too much. Spoiler alert, I wasn't able to kill anybody. I timed out without killing anybody, and they weren't even able to kill my Calderon Master. I might have had a max health protection now that I think about it Datacron-wise, but either way, I just didn't have the damage output. Living was not that hard, and it didn't look like it was very hard for other people either, but I just could not get the damage output. The ult does nothing, so they are just swipe, 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 trying to get something, and I just could not get it going. And it does suck, the exile coming down Sith Trooper that early is really painful, but I think that's just kind of part of the game. I don't think we'll really be able to avoid that. But yeah, somehow my Calderon Mass just lives for the rest of this battle. So we're gonna skip ahead. Look, we're this far and nothing's changed. Like 2 minutes later, we're still sitting here dealing with the same crap. And same thing, we'll go another minute. We're barely even doing anything. So I just don't, and it's weird because SLK is one of the, you ramp, exponentially. My SLK is modded for offense too. So theoretically, by this point in the battle, I'll have even passed the offense of a speed SLKR because of the percent increases here. That my SLK is even going to ramp. You got the speed ramp, and then you've got where you're more consistent, and you've got the offense ramp where it takes you a second to get going, but then you just go nuts. And I'm just doing nothing. But I do think that is the Boltcron. I do think had they not had the Boltcron level 3, that we might be okay. But it's really hard. So we'll see if we get another AoE before I time out here. I think I do. It's you just struggle to take turns. I'm only at 360 Siphon. I mean, I'm just sitting here watching them take a million turns animation wise. That's the worst part about a team with 4 Marquis and a Galactic Legends. The animations are so fucking long. Yeah, so I got basically nothing there. So we'll see. I don't know if SLK is really going to be a tool that we're able to rely on, but there you go. Alright, some people had mentioned gas, so I wanted to try gas and just see if General Skywalker would be able to make a difference. I do quite like the new model for General Skywalker, by the way. I actually think it looks quite good. I liked the old one, but I think it looks quite good. It looks like the World Between Worlds Anakin. But yeah, I thought this would go okay. Spoiler alert, I got clobbered. I thought the audio wasn't working because I couldn't hear it with my headphones, but for some reason it worked. I just don't know why I couldn't hear it. I think I was just in a loud room. But yeah, I got clobbered. I mean, I thought I'd be able to get something going, but no, I got smashed. But yeah, you'll see it. Spoiler, we lose the rest of these. So if you were just interested in what beats her, feel free to click off. I'd appreciate it if you subbed. We stream GAC through next week, but yeah. If you're just interested in what wins, we're done with the wins. We're on the on losses now. Gas's sit-down animation is actually super weird. I'm just not seeing that. What is that about with the new outfit? Looks like his legs are broken. I need to see him get. Yeah, I'll see him get back up. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. But yeah, it's I couldn't get anywhere here. Just could not keep my team alive. They gunned down fives right away. Maybe there's a world where they don't kill fives, but I got to imagine the AI at this point is hard-coded for fives on pretty much every team. I was hoping there'd be enough buffs and we could survive, but no, we really weren't able to kick it with surviving. They've just got so much burst damage. You can come out really fast that yeah, we just got cooked. So anyway, all right. Well, I will we'll see you guys on the next one. That's gonna be Malgus. All right, Malgus. So big caveat, obviously, GC Amis for Malgus. Now they've got Amis too, right? But Malgus really would benefit from the crit avoidance and stuff he's getting in his GC Ami and stuff like that. But I remember seeing there be some potential maybe for Malgus when I was watching a stream. I was like, oh, this feels like one worth trying. This was my last battle. I was like, all right, I gotta pick one more team I think it's worth trying. This is something new, not a battle I've already done. And so we tried Malgus, and yeah, just could not really get anywhere here. I just got clobbered. I didn't try any like Plo Datacron or anything like that. I feel like Plo Datacron probably would work, and I just didn't feel like trying that. Wanted to focus on stuff we could use. I hate that we had to test against the Datacron, but yeah, man, like you can see, like it feels like we get something going here, but it's the healing immunity on Malak and the exile on Malak that's the killer. If we could have avoided the healing immunity on Malak, I actually think we could have maybe gotten some work done. But like that healing immunity sucks, and we just got cooldowns maxed out from Ahsoka doing her thing, so it's like it really feels like we weren't able to get anywhere. We were just kind of stuck behind Ahsoka with Malak having problems as well. So we'll see. But yeah, I think C is going to be the main counter, to be honest with you. JML, yeah, without stun Datacron, I don't know. I feel like we didn't need it for our win today, but I think in Territory Wars, you're definitely not making JML work. So I think C is going to be the main one. I've heard C Bane can actually struggle a little bit, so that opens up a whole other can of worms. Here, we'll just flip over to the overlay while we finish the conversation. But yeah, so that opens up a whole other can of worms. It's hard to say truly if we'll be able to find a good counter here. So that's all I got. We are, as the overlay would indicate, streaming 3 nights a week. Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday nights at roughly 8:15 Eastern Time. Please come hang out. I love to stream. I do videos because I want to help people, but my favorite part of this is definitely streaming, so please come by, hang out, chat with some peeps, learn some stuff about Grand Arena. I do 3 accounts. I've got a 1.1 million baby account, a 10 million free-to-play-ish alt account. I've spent like $20, like 2 years ago, and then my definitely not free to play main account that's 12.5 mil. So if you ever want to hang out sometime, come swing by. Lovely to chat. Twitch and YouTube, Jack One Best. So I will see you guys in the next one.